Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience is fruitful. Please feel free to visit our website to find out how you can join our growing family. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. Also, share so others may enjoy as well. And we hope you would consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. Alright, let's start the show.
What happens when you stay out of the way? You tried that approach. All right, I'm going to stay quiet because it feels like every time I'm in the mix, every time I try to put myself out there, every time I try to do what it seems like I'm supposed to do, then it backfires on me, right? Somebody comes out the blue and starts saying things, oh, you said this, or I didn't like the way you did that. When does it stop? I keep my distance and I stay quiet. How could I make people feel a certain way if I'm not even around to make them feel that way? And then you quickly find out that a lot of times, if not most of the time, that don't work. Works with some people get the hint. Some people look themselves in the mirror and say, okay, I gotta make a change in order to approach that person in a certain way, in order to get back into that person's life. But then you get certain people that say, okay, well, I can't go that route anymore, but I'm gonna go a different route. They come back with problems. And you're like, wait a minute, I've been distant for this long. Shouldn't things have reset themselves? Nah. They come back with the same things that caused the distance in the first place. And you're saying to yourself, well, damn, I can't win. How do I get my peace back? How do I keep them from trying to put on me the perception of who they want me to be in their life? Then trying to judge and accuse me if I'm not. So now you got to bring them to court. If this continues to keep happening, then you're going to have to be locked out of my life forever. One or two, A or B. There's no other options. And you are in control of that. Always. Love.
Grand Rising, and happy Friday. TGIF to you guys. You guys may be seeing another light-skinned brother from another mother on the other side of this screen, but that's because Shawn Kinsey is filling in for Kire. He had an appointment to do. Because, you know, the man is working hard. He went back to school. Shout out to Kire. We love him. Anywho, how you doing, Shawn?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
I can. But you may have some type of cover or a clip or something on your thing because you're kind of cut off a little bit.
I don't know what that is. We just gonna rock with it.
Okay, that's
fine. Won't let me be great today. It's not letting me be great today. I don't know what that is.
Well, as long as we can hear you, all is well. All is well. You look good, Shawn. You look good. How you been?
I've been doing pretty good. Just working, living life, saving the world. You know.
I know that's right.
I'm trying to save the world.
I'm so excited to have you on today because we're going to be a little bit more political heavy today. So I know you and I chat a lot or text a lot each other about like different political things that are going on in the world and with the nation. Yeah. So I'm really excited to have you on. But let's see who's in the building. Michelle Holly's in the building. How you doing, Queen? Thank you for joining. Little sister, how you doing? TGIF to you, sis. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Hey, mommy. Listen, we have breaking news. We're going to talk about it, but mom is safe. We know that there is a state of emergency happening over in New York, but I did text her. She texted me. She let me know we're good. She's good to go. She is safe. So thank God for that. Hey, Cupcakes, how you doing, Queen? That's right. Text Blades to 833-793-2423, and you guys can get direct notifications from Pyro Media Network for when we go live or when we upload. So shout out to Cupcakes for reminding us of that. Thank you so much, Queen. Let's see who else in the building. Dr. Holt is in the building. What's up, King? How you doing? Thank you for joining. Let's see here. Yes, Cupcakes says, well, hello, Shawn. Welcome. It's ambiance, Shawn. Yes, we like the little black there. It's
I need a new iPhone.
Right. As long as you don't get an Android, we're all good. Praise God.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I like that color. Oh, thank you. There is my compliment quota for the day. Yes. I appreciate it. But yes, I like this peach. Little peach, and it's cute. What's going on, Simeon? Thank you for joining. How you doing, fam? Yes. Thank you. Raymond Torres is in the building. How you doing, King? Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Happy Friday to you all. We want to thank you guys so much for coming. Hold on. Wait a minute. Cupcake wants to say hi to Dr. Holt. Deacon, Doctor, Professor, Apostle, Bishop, Pastor, Reverend, Prophet, Overseer, Elder, Evangelist, Supervisor, Principal, Administrator, Mr. HBCU Atlanta. I said what I said. Everybody is a gal. Holt. That last part took me out. How you doing, sir? You know, Cupcake, I don't understand sometimes, but it is what it is. Be blessed. All right, let's go ahead and get into the show. We got a lot to cover today. We may not be able to get to Fun Friday, the Fun Friday portion, because we have a lot of news. But we want to welcome everybody and happy Friday. And thank God it's Friday. TGIF to all of the Pyromaniacs. We love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. And speaking of Cupcake, the best mod in the YouTube streets, we want to shout out her. Thank you for doing all that you do. We appreciate you, Queen. Yes. Give a round of applause to Cupcake. Yes. We don't have any announcement. Oh, yes, we do. I'm so sorry. Well, first off, shout out to TuneIn. Or to Bullet and Flight Radio for being on TuneIn. For over 75 million active users on TuneIn. They are on TuneIn now. Definitely check it out. All you have to do is say, hey, Alexa, or hey, Google, whatever. Play Bullet and Flight Radio on TuneIn, and it'll pop up. Sharing the stage with some other prestigious organizations and radio stations and news outlets. Bullet and Flight Radio is on there. And we want to also shout out Pyro Media Productions and Pyro Media Network, because guess whose shows are on Bullet and Flight Radio as well? That's right, our show. So you're going to be hearing us on there too. Praise God. And also, don't forget to join our Patreon, because tonight, y'all, tonight is the night. Tonight is the night where we are doing the debut of Pyro Cocktail Hour. So you may not have seen Kire today or this morning, but you will see Kire later on today. See you in the Patreon. Make sure you head over there quickly and expeditiously. Move now. And congratulations to all of you Pyromaniacs. You guys did it. You guys made it through the week. And with all of the hurdles and slurs and things and the microaggressions and the crap and the stuff that's been going on throughout this week, you made it. So shout out to you for all that you do and continue to glow up. Bentley time. Hey, Bentley. Say hi, girl. How you doing? All right. Praise God. All right. We love you, girl. All right. Thank you for making me spend so much money on your damn food. All right. Expensive ass. All right. It's Friday, y'all. We got to get into some breaking news. We just got to. I'm sorry, Cupcake. I'm not trying to rush through Bentley, but we got a lot to talk about today, so I'm trying to get to it, okay? Praise God. What you say? Mama Court, did Kwame sing all the time as a child? Why are you asking her about all these questions? You know what? Let's get to the breaking news. So it is with great displeasure and sadness that we have to announce the passing of Senator Dianne Feinstein. She passed away last night. So Senator Dianne Feinstein, the trailblazing Democratic power broker who served in the Senate for 30 years and was the oldest member in, I think, in Congress. Wasn't she, Shawn?
The oldest Senate. Well, the Congress and the House and the Senate. Yes. So she passed away last night, according to family members that issued a statement out, and as well as the Democratic Party. So let's take a look at what's going on here.
We have breaking news. Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein of California has passed away. She was the oldest sitting member of Congress, serving 30 years in the United States Senate. Feinstein is held by many for her historic firsts. She was the first woman to chair the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence, and later, the first woman to serve as the top Democrat on the Senate Judiciary Committee. She was the first woman president of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, the first woman mayor of San Francisco, and the first woman elected senator of California. Her major legislative record includes the federal assault weapon ban, which she championed in 1994, and her 5-year review of the CIA's detention and interrogation programs. Senator Feinstein was recently hospitalized after she fell in her home last month. Her aides described the incident as a minor slip. As of now, no reports on how the senator died. Senator Dianne Feinstein was 90 years old, confirmed by NBC and also, as you said, local outlets in San Francisco.
So we want to go ahead and send our heartfelt condolences over to the family of Dianne Feinstein and also Congress as well, because those her Democratic colleagues and all those that loved and cherished her. So she worked really hard in the Senate for us and for women and for minorities and really did what she needed to do to kind of help broker deals between and go across the aisle to broker deals to help progress this nation. So we want to thank her for all of the work that she's done. So, Shawn, do you have any thoughts or words on this?
Yeah, this is a tremendous loss for the country. Mm-hmm. No matter how you feel about her, whether she stayed too long or she should have, retired or whatever, she was a woman of many firsts. Mm-hmm. I think you forgot that she was a champion of LGBT same-sex marriage, also in California. She was a woman of many firsts, and she's going to be missed. However, the caveat to that is that Governor Gavin Newsom will be appointing a Black woman.
Yes,
he has promised to appoint a Black woman, not Barbara Lee because she's already in place, but he's going to appoint a Black woman, so that will be good for us.
Yeah.
That's the third Black woman appointed to the Senate. Can you believe that? In the hundreds of years,
that's
we
crazy.
Carol Moseley Braun, Kamala Harris, and whoever this new person will be, that will be the third. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing what who they appoint and how they navigate this, because those are some big shoes to fill. But I'm sure Governor Newsom will make a wise decision. So he hasn't done too bad thus far. I mean, I have some complaints about certain things, but overall he's been doing a pretty decent job here in California. What's going on, Catrice? Thank you for joining, Queen. Appreciate you. Dr. Holt said, when an elderly person of that advanced age falls, it's usually downhill from there. Know that from experience. May she rest in peace. Long, wonderful life. Joyce Goodall, thank you for joining, Queen. Thank you. Love you. Blessings, Dr. Holt. God bless you. Yes. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into the next set of breaking news. As I told you guys, my mom is safe. She is in New York. There has been a issuance of a emergency state of emergency by the governor is it the mayor? Sorry, mayor of New York City. Take a look.
This coming in to Fox Weather, breaking. New York Governor Kathy Hochul just declared a state of emergency for New York City, parts of Long Island, also the Hudson Valley included in this. The most populated city in America right now in the grips of a 1 in 100 year flood event. We have gotten in new video to Fox Weather of this extreme flooding that's going on in Brooklyn right now. Half foot of rain, 6.2 inches for Greenwood Heights. This neighborhood inundated. Unbelievable. Now at the official gauge in Central Park, we're at 5 inches. That will push us to certainly a top 5 mark and potentially a top 3 when you look at the all-time wettest Septembers on record. Major issues for the subways right now across New York. This is how the city operates. But the service has been suspended on 4 lines, including the B, the G, and the W. Service is partially suspended on another dozen lines, and right now, if you take your chances, it's not a good idea. You might get stuck. Rainwater is pouring into the stations. Stairways look a lot more like waterfalls. 4 inches of rain or more in Queens. We've seen some of those numbers pushed. And I can hardly believe this footage. Water up to the hoods of cars. A reminder not to drive in flooded out roads. It could ruin your vehicle. And you got a foot of water that could just float most cars. So you don't want to get stuck on one of these expressways that are basically barriered in by concrete on both sides. That could create a floating situation of your car real fast. So dangerous to travel. There is an advisory. New York City has a travel advisory out. I mean,
whew. That looks crazy. Simeon said it's coming down hard here. I can barely keep my eyes open. I hear you, Simeon. Listen, y'all buckle down, stay safe, stay dry, and stay warm over there, because it's not a game when it comes to the flooding. You know, a lot of people ask me about, like, you know, how do I like California weather versus Seattle weather versus New York weather? And one of the things that I keep telling people about, like, when it comes to the West Coast weather, or even down south, or other places that I have traveled in, is that New York and New York really has this kind of like extremes of all 4 seasons. When it's spring, it's really spring. The pollen's crazy. When it's summer, it's really, really hot. When it's fall, it's like, you know, you got the leaves coming down like it's, you know, like you could, you know, jump in. It's like a pool. And then you have, like, you know, when it's winter, it's really winter. So this rain is coming down hard, and with climate change, it's unpredictable now. We don't know what's going on. So what are your thoughts on this, Shawn? Because I know you're on the East Coast.
Well, we have the climate change deniers,
right?
You know, mostly on the right. You know, so I don't see any way that people cannot believe or see that we have an issue here. The same happens here in Florida. It rains 2 inches and there's flooding, you know, so this is really a serious problem we have to address, because we're slowly sinking. You know, Florida is going to be an island. New York is an island, part of an island. You know, there's an island, you know, in New York. So it's really not a good look. You know, we're steady sinking. Now there could be a hurricane that could come hit New York. You know, that's possible.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Michaela says, so people still don't believe in global warming. Great. Right. It's right. And what's funny is that when all of the hurricanes and all of the weather and the heat advisories that were happening in the past summer in the Midwest, then they were really quiet about climate change at that point. They got real quiet. Cocktail says, yeah, New York gets it pretty bad. We had bad weather, but not like New York. Aren't you in DC, Catrice? I believe you're in DC, if I'm not mistaken, right? I know she's on the East Coast over on there, but yeah, New York gets it really, really bad. All right, next up on breaking news: UAW expands its strike at Ford and GM plants. Take a look.
And minutes ago, the United Auto Workers Union shared which plants will be walking off the job starting today. Union leaders announced less than an hour ago that more workers will be joining the picket lines at noon. The UAW will be expanding strikes at General Motors and Ford plants. And while we do have those here in Western New York, we're still waiting to hear if they will be part of the next round of walk-offs.
So we just got finished with one of the strikes in Hollywood here with the Writers Guild of America. There's still the Actors Guild, or the SAG-AFTRA is still striking, and also there is a possibility that reality TV union or will unionize. So that is a possibility there. But now we have, we've been talking about a UAW for a while, and so I mean, this is the automotive industry, and one of the things that I keep talking to people about, and what we've been talking, Kire and I, and even this past Wednesday with Michaud and Mona, was conversations around the economy. We're seeing people break into, these, or steal, theft that's going up for Walmart and Target and Macy's and stores of that nature or whatever. And people are saying, yeah, they have insurance or whatever, but there's safety that is, the issue. It's not just about I don't care about the inanimate objects. Those can be replaced, but safety when it comes to like police officers coming in and attacking, or how they handle certain things, or even just people getting trampled or what have you. Shawn, are you still there? I think we lost you. We might have lost Shawn, but regardless, at the end of the day, my concern with this is that the economy. There's clearly an issue with the economy. There's clearly an issue with what's going on and how things are being navigated with these strikes. So I don't know. Oh, you're in Baltimore. I'm sorry, Catrice. Yeah. So I actually have some news coming out of Baltimore when we get to it, but I just feel like we just need to be a little bit more cognizant of the economy and what's going on, and this whole government shutdown thing. the fact that it's possibly, I believe it's about to happen if it hasn't happened already, or Sunday is the deadline for it. Shawn can correct me when he comes back on if I'm wrong or not, but the government shutdown is scheduled to happen on Sunday, and this is going to, I feel this is going to add further pressure on the current economy, which I think it's just ridiculous. So we'll see how it all goes in the end. Next up in breaking news, we have Ethan Crumbley, the teen gunman who unalived 4 students at Oxford High School, is eligible for life imprisonment without parole, the harshest possible punishment in Michigan, a judge ruled today. Crumbley, now 17, was 15 when he opened fire at the school on November 30th, 2021. He has pleaded guilty. Hold on one second, you guys. There we go. He has pleaded guilty to 1 count of terrorism causing death, or unaliving, 4 counts of first-degree murder, unaliving, and 19 other charges related to the deadly rampage. In addition to the 4 students unalived, 7 people were shot and wounded, including a teacher. On Friday, or today, Oakland County Circuit Court Judge Kwame, come on, you better have my name. Judge Kwame Rowe said Crumbley is eligible for life in prison without the possibility of parole. But Crumbley's fate remains uncertain, as his formal sentencing isn't scheduled to take place until December 8th. While he is eligible for a life sentence without parole, Crumbley could still be given a life sentence with the possibility of parole. Surviving shooting victims and family members of the victims are expected to give victim impact statements at the sentencing hearing in Pontiac, Michigan, before Rowe hands down Crumbley's sentence. What are your thoughts on this, Shawn?
You know what? I am sorry. I got a call that came through. I really wanted to talk about it. I wanted to talk about the auto strike, but
we can go back. Ahead. No, we can go back.
This is a classic case of you have to teach people how to treat you.
Yeah.
President Obama, when he was in office, he was able to bail out the auto industries. I'm a strong proponent of labor, of unions. I'm union strong.
Yep.
Even though I work for a private company, I do believe in unions. The auto industry, auto workers, that was the entree into middle class for African Americans back in the day. If you got a good job at a automotive plant at GM, Ford, whomever, Cadillac, whatever, that was your entree into middle class, to buying a home, home ownership, going to college, et cetera, et cetera. So I am for the strike. And like I said, you got to teach people how to treat you.
Yeah, and I was just saying before you got kicked out that this is a concern, because we're having all of these different strikes, and with the current economy, that's adding pressure onto everything. And then now with this impending government shutdown, we may go into a recession, very soon. And we were already in the possibility of going into a recession, which is not going to be good for business owners like myself or anybody else who has smaller mid-sized businesses that have already been struggling and or have already been going through stuff. Because I knew a lot of other production companies during the pandemic were still recovering from that. And a lot of other production companies from the pandemic had to close their companies down. I am so thankful and so blessed that, Pyro's still going and still going strong. But at the end of the day, everybody's not like me, or everybody doesn't have, didn't have that favor, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And so, I just don't understand why we're having the Republicans, doing certain things like, trying to force a shutdown and really reneging on. We'll get to that. I don't want to, labor long on it. Hey, Inspire, thank you for joining, Queen. Appreciate you. But what are your thoughts on Ethan Crumbley?
I don't really know much about it, so I'm not going to speak to anything that I don't know about.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think you pretty summed it up, but I don't. Does this happen in Florida?
No, this happened in Michigan.
Oh, okay. I was going to say if it was in Florida, but I can't speak to that.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to get life. he's going to get life regardless, in my personal opinion. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to, speak on any legalities, but I do think that he's going to get life. Whether he gets life with parole or without parole is really up to the jury and the judge at this point. But I don't know. The fact that they're saying that he's eligible for life without parole, and I think that he should be put under the jail because he's crazy.
Yeah.
I know that's not a technical, mental health diagnosis, but I'm not a therapist. I'm not trying to, or psychiatrist, but I think that if you have the gall to go into a high school and shoot up a high school and people, you're crazy. You're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
So I hope that he's put under the jail, and I don't care how old he is. So because that was pre-calculated and premeditated. So go with God, girl. All right, y'all. Let's get into what's happening today. So, first up, this is Cupcakes and Dr. Holt's favorite time of the day, and some of y'all Power Maniacs. Let's go ahead and get into what's happening. And today is National Coffee Day.
Damn, another national day?
Honey.
Another
one. It's always something every day. While the U.S. and Canada celebrate National Coffee Day on September 29th, other nations mark this day throughout the calendar year. International Coffee Day happens just 2 days later on October 1st. The International Coffee Organization has pledged to help struggling coffee farmers worldwide make a living wage. The history of National Coffee Day seems a bit, cloudy. We believe, and we as in the people who wrote this article, believe September 29th came about as a jolting reminder to get back to work following a long summer. Even though it's a full week after the first day of fall, after all, Americans have turned procrastination into an art form. That was a little shade to Americans, girl, but I get it. I understand. Happy National Coffee Day to you guys. I got my little coffee right here, praise God. And I hope you guys are drinking your libations. Let's get into the birthdays of the day. And as you guys know, my coffee wasn't free today. Hilarious. You guys know we are in Libra season, so shout out to all of the Libras, and happy birthday to you guys. First up on the birthday of the day goes to none other than Kelly McCreary. Kelly McCreary is an American actress best known for her role as Dr. Maggie Pierce, Meredith Grey's half-sister in the ABC drama series Grey's Anatomy. Shout out to Grey's Anatomy and the cast of Grey's Anatomy. She graduated from Barnard College of Columbia University in New York City in 2003. She began acting in college, appearing in numerous plays and commercials before making her television debut on the PBS series Cyber Chase. Shout out to you, Queen. I loved her. I love her on loved plural on because she's no longer on Grey's Anatomy anymore. I think she left this past.
I could never get into that. That's one of the shows
What?
I could Shonda Rhimes. I've Scandal.
Oh yes, Scandal was everything.
But Grey's Anatomy, nah, I wasn't really into that.
Every season, every episode I've seen, every single episode.
Yeah,
I'm
Diane Carroll. When Diane Carroll was on there and everything. I would watch it just for that. But other than that, I'm not a fan, but that's just my opinion on that. So.
Yeah, Scandal was one of the. I still feel like Scandal should not have ended personally, but that's just me. But I do understand that people were getting, especially in the last season, it was like, okay, we've had enough of you, Olivia and White Man.
And I had a problem with that. I'm very, very pro-black when it comes to stuff like that.
And we should do a Scandal series, Shawn. We'll do a Scandal podcast and just talk about it because I have words.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, wait. Hey, Just Dominic. What's going on? TGIFTU King. Cupcake says, ladies and gentlemen, the beard has arrived. Yes. Shout out to Just Dominic and Just Dominic's beard. How you guys doing?
Yeah. Crazy. Right. Michelle goes, Sally Hemings vibes. Yep, very much Sally Hemings vibes. Yes.
Oh. All right, let's go ahead and get into the honorable mentions today. First up comes to the stage. Happy birthday to Kevin Durant. Kevin Wayne Durant is an American professional basketball player for the Golden State Warriors of the National Basketball Association. He played one season of college basketball for the University of Texas and was selected as the second overall pick by the Seattle Supersonics in the 2007 NBA draft. He played 9 seasons in Oklahoma City before signing with Golden State in 2016. Winning back-to-back championships in 2017 and 2018. Happy birthday to you, sir.
Barber. He needs to see a good barber.
Yeah.
His hair is struggling. His hair is struggling.
Oh, not somebody said. Oh, who threw that tomato?
Cupcakes. Cupcakes.
All right.
Talking about. You've seen his hair. His struggles.
Oh my God! What? Why are you so aggressive? Let me get him off the screen. Bye, Kevin. Have a good birthday, girl. All right, Devontae Swing. Shout out, happy birthday to Devontae Swing. Donald Earl the Great Jr., aka Devontae Swing, is an American record producer, singer, rapper, and songwriter. Swing became known in the 1990s as the founding member of the R&B group Jodeci, a regular R&B act at that time. Swing served as the main songwriter, producer, and leader of Jodeci, which also featured his younger brother, Dalvin the Great. He is also known for discovering Timbaland, Missy Elliott, Genuine, Stevie J, and Static Major. He also acted as a video director for the group, co-directing the videos for Phoenix with Hype Williams and Freaking You with Brett Ratner. What happened?
Michelle's like, who is that? Michelle,
you don't know who Kevin Durant is? Or not Kevin Durant, Devontae Swing is?
You're
Michelle.
Going to be revoked, Michelle. You don't know who Michelle.
You have to know who Devontae Swing is. Are you talking about Kevin Durant or Devontae Swing? You don't know who Devontae Swing is?
He said, is he a one-hit wonder? No.
Oh. Wait a minute. Okay, Michaela, I can understand because she's a lot younger. She's our little sister. Okay? Right. Have you heard of Jodeci? You haven't heard of Jodeci, girl?
She says, okay, I know now. Don't take my black card.
Girl.
We sending the people down there to get that card.
Hold on, what did you say? Hey, Dominic, love to know. Hold on, what? You got a new picture, Dominic? Oh, yeah. Oh, let me enlarge here real quick. Hold on one second. How do I do this? Okay, there we go. Hold on. There we go. Oh. Look at that smile. He got a fresh smile. Yes. All right now. Look at the beard. The beard is bearded. And he got on that Unusual Maverick shirt. Shout out to the Unusual Mavericks, praise God. All right, but Keith Reynolds, what's going on? Yeah, but we got to talk to you later, Sister Michelle. I'm a little disappointed.
Me too.
Me
too.
For the day, we're not gonna ostracize her, but we need to have a conversation. Come to the office after the show.
We gotta have a conference. We gotta have a conference.
Just Dominic said me getting skinny, girl. My boo thing looking good. Okay, all right. Let me find out. All right. Well, let's move on from Devontae Swing since she don't know. Go look her up. My God. Happy birthday to DeBella Morgan. Now, some of y'all may or may not know who she is, but DeBella Lask Morgan, born September 29, 1977, is an American singer and songwriter. Morgan is best known for her hit single, Dance With Me, off her third studio album, which reached number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100s. That's all I got for her. Wasn't she kind of like a one-hit wonder?
I don't even know who that is. I don't know who is that.
You don't know who DeBella Morgan is?
No.
Okay, I'll send you her song.
In the words of Mariah Carey, I don't know her. I don't know her.
Oh, you so shady, Shawn.
I don't know her.
I like that song. The only reason I like that song is because when I was in dance class, we did a dance to this, and dancers have to hear songs 4,000 times, so it gets stuck in our head. Cupcake said who? Okay.
Right.
Y'all look her up. Look up the song.
My
God, y'all are a mess.
Up on YouTube.
Here we go. JoJo Simmons, happy birthday to you, sir. JoJo Simmons is a multifaceted entertainer and entrepreneur whose last name rings bells in the music industry. As the son of legendary rapper Rev Run of Run DMC, he spent his teenage years starring on MTV's hit show Run's House, which ran from 2005 to 2009, and landed him an NAACP award for Outstanding Reality Series. Happy birthday to you, sir. Yes.
Next case.
We want to wish a happy heavenly birthday to the one and only Twitch, Stephen Laurel Twitch boss. Stephen was born on September 29th in 1982, and he passed away December 13, 2022. He was an American freestyle hip-hop dancer, choreographer, actor, television producer, and television personality. In 2008, he finished in second place on the American version of So You Think You Can Dance. From 2014 to May 2022, he was featured on the Ellen DeGeneres Show as a repeated guest host and was also a co-executive producer of the program. He was featured in Ellen's Game of Games as a sidekick to DeGeneres. Between 2018 and 2020, he and his wife, Allison Holker, hosted Disney's Fairy Tale Weddings on Freeform and Disney+. Shout out to Allison Holker. We are praying for you, sis. We love you, girl. And we'll reach out to you a little later on today. Stephen, you were a huge, I took some of his classes. He was a huge powerhouse in the dance world. And so he was just an amazing human being and just always smile. I have never seen him angry. I have never seen or heard of him having a bad reputation of being a diva or devo or whatever. He was really gone too soon. And I just really emphasize mental health and really emphasize just really getting help and healing. It's super important because you don't know what people are doing or how people are what people are going through underneath a smile. And so, I don't know what else to say. Shawn, do you have any words?
Well, I used to love Ellen. I would watch Ellen just for him because his spirit was so magnetic. And whenever dance and everything, and like you just said, you never know what people are going through. So they put on that good face. I call it leading while struggling. Yeah, that's what I say. He was such a magnanimous person. He was just very magnetic. Yeah. And just such a sweet spirit. You can feel it through the television. I could, through the TV.
And honestly, it was even more palpable when you if you ever met him in person. I had the honor of taking some of his classes and just really, he's never, how you see some, those machismo guys and they sit there and they get, uncomfortable around other people. He's never treated anybody any differently. He was very secure in his sexuality, very secure in just himself. At least, how he exuded himself. And just really just always, I remember one time there was a girl that was struggling in one of the routines, and he stopped the class to kind of stand next to her and walk through her. A lot of times teachers will, instructors will sit there and kind of point them out, and that's a kind of a tactic to kind of get them to work a little harder. But he really just kind of stopped the class, really focused on it, gave her individual time. And it was just really, really nice. And it was dope. He never singled anybody out. So I appreciated him for that. And it made me look at him differently moving forward. So rest well, sir. And we'll see you on the other side. All right. And happy birthday to everybody that was born and is born on September 29th. We thank you. And we hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. All right, let's get to viral moments. I saw this last night on my TikTok when I was heading to bed, and I was like, I think this should be some encouragement. So check it out.
When I am connected to someone, their opinion of me matters. When I'm connected to someone, you speaking poorly of me hurts.
Yes.
When I'm connected to you, how you see me affects how I feel.
Yes.
When I'm not connected to you, talk about me to your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother. Put it on a blimp and have it go out throughout the city. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Word. A word, honey.
Yes. That is
a word.
Definite word.
Let that sit in your shata, y'all, while you go throughout and enjoy your weekend, okay? I think I have nothing else to say after that. That's just a word. We're gonna let that sit there. All right, y'all. We're gonna take a quick commercial break while you marinate on that good word. And we'll see you on the other side of this because we're gonna get into the rundown, y'all. We got a lot to talk about, so stay tuned. I'm so excited because Shawn Kinsey is here, and so we're gonna be back with Shawn, and we're gonna go get into this political stuff, y'all. Okay? Praise God. All right, y'all. Stay tuned. We'll be right back on the other side of this commercial break.
In a world filled with diversity, where radical faith and progressive believers come together, there's a place that's breaking
all boundary and embracing believers from all walks of life. Bullet and Flight Radio, where believers unite, boundaries break, and love triumphs.
Step away from the chaos and noise of your daily life. Experience moments for yourself that are calm, serene, and full of peace. A necessary respite to foster growth within you, because self-care should be luxurious. Lux and Noir.
We're Black by popular demand. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you are just tuning in, do me a favor, hit that like button while you sit down and grab your seat. Or if you're on your way out, we appreciate it too. But go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And hit that notification bell so you can get notifications from YouTube. And if you're not getting a notification from YouTube and YouTube is tripping, don't worry. You can go ahead and text Blaze. That's right, Blaze, BLAZE, to 833-793-2423. Again, that's 833-793-2423. Text that Blaze to that number and you'll know when we go live or when we upload. All right, Shawn, are you ready? Are you ready for the rundown?
I have to get ready. You know that.
No, that's right.
I stay ready.
That's my light-skinned brother from another. He ready, honey. Let's do it. First up, before we get into any of this stuff right here, I want to talk about something that was brought to my attention the other day by Hope Giselle. Hope Giselle, as you guys know, is one of my good girlfriends, my good Judies, my good sister from another mister. Like, I'm talking about, that's my heart, okay? And she is a proud, powerful powerhouse of an activist for the trans community and the LGBTQ community as a whole. And something happened a couple of days ago that was shared on T.S. Madison's Instagram as well as Hope Giselle's Instagram. And I want you to take a look. I don't have all of the details on it, but I do want to talk to you about what Hope Giselle does, because she's not just talking about it. She's not just, talking. She actually walks the walk. So let's take a look at this video that sparked this whole situation. But before, I have to let you know that viewer discretion is advised. And we apologize for any words that you may hear in this particular video. Take a look. Oh, sorry. And trigger warning also.
What did you say? Oh, like move your cute ass out my way. Like what, bro? Move your cute ass out my way. Hey, Grace, like yo, told Dizzy, move your cute ass out my way. Move your cute ass out my way, guys. Move your cute ass out my way. Put the grate on this shit, Tommy. Put the grate on this shit, Tommy. Watch your mouth next time.
Okay, I can't watch anymore. I think we're good. I think we got the point. So this, I don't have enough of the details of who the individual was. We don't know if they are trans, but it's perceived that this person is trans or feminine presenting. And they were attacked because they were asking someone to move out the way so they can get by. And that person said, please, can you move your cute ass out my way? Apparently, some fragile masculine people, bitch asses, if you will, were so triggered and so weak that they decided that they were going to harass and attack this person. And so what Hope has decided to do is not just talk about it, but walk about it as well. And so they have, in conjunction with Eva Damone, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing your name, but Hope and Eva have organized a Baltimore rally today. I am actually very, I don't want to say fearful, but I'm very concerned today because that's my sis. And I just sent her a couple of text messages just letting her know that I'm praying for her, that I want her to be safe over there, because, you know, she's a public figure. And so, you know, when you tell people where you are, you know, it can be an issue. But they are organizing a rally today in Baltimore. Let's see here, get the details. It says, in unity with our resilient trans sister, she was trans, I apologize for not knowing that information, but in unity with our resilient trans sister who face verbal and physical adversity, we are coming together for an empowering and inspiring rally today, September 29, 2023. Join us at the site of her strength, 36 Light Street, Baltimore, Maryland, at 3 p.m. as we stand shoulder to shoulder in support of one another, determined to make a positive change. Together, we can rise above adversity and pave the way for a brighter and more inclusive future. And it also says, please wear all black and come however you feel most protected. So, y'all know what that is. Bring your folding chairs and your hats and all the stuff that you need. But what are your thoughts on this, Shawn?
Another case of toxic masculinity gone. It's wrong anyway, but I stand proudly with our trans brothers and sisters. I believe, and I know in my heart, I know that to transition and living your authentic self like that takes a lot of courage to do that.
Yeah.
And for you to live your authentic self. And then she was just saying, hey, with your cute self, cute ass, take the compliment and run. You don't have to show out for your boys.
No.
No, and Baltimore is Baltimore. I used to live in Maryland, but I lived in Gaithersburg. But Baltimore is Baltimore, and Baltimore is very, you know. So I know that she is. She could have pulled out a gun.
Yeah.
You know, because you are a knife or something and defended herself. You know, so I know that Hope Giselle is going to do the right thing and galvanize and motivate and mobilize everyone in the Baltimore area so that they come out in defense of this young woman, because it's sick. I mean, this is 2023 and we're still exhibiting that behavior.
Yeah.
And these guys are just, thou dost protest too much.
Yeah.
You know, normally they, you know, I don't want to say around, they may be trying to holler at her around the corner or may have been with her or something like that. You know, I'm just saying, it's just a very sad state of affairs, and our government allows this, and some states allow that, you know, to antagonize and go after our trans brothers and sisters.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm praying for Hope and all of the other participants and ralliers in Baltimore and just overall Baltimore, that they heal and that they move forward in a way that is inclusive and progressive, because this is stupid. It's really dumb that we're in 2023 and we're still dealing with this mess.
Yeah. Very immature. Very immature.
So, all right. And I also want to see all of those LGBTQI plus individuals in Baltimore and see what you guys do. Because you guys talk a lot of stuff online on TikTok and all the stuff, whatever. We're going to see how you navigate now. Are you going to support? Are you going to stand with your black trans sister? Or are you going to be getting ready for tonight's shenanigans at the club? What are you going to do? Anywho. This is some BS. Whew. Y'all, this was probably the one that, like, this is like infuriates me. So this jackass that you see on the screen right now, Orlando Young, is potentially, well, I don't know if he's being charged, but I think he was charged. He's being charged with neglect. Let me just go into let me just read what it says. A 3-year-old girl in Miami-Dade. It's always Florida, Shawn.
You know, I'm side-eyeing. I knew it had to have been Florida.
You know it was Florida. Anyway, a 3-year-old girl in Miami-Dade, Florida, accidentally pow-powed herself with an unattended pow-pow, with video footage of the incident having since gone viral. Thankfully, the little girl named Serenity is now out of the hospital and recovering at home. Surveillance footage captured the heartbreaking moment when Serenity picked up the pow-pow from the couch and unintentionally fired it, injuring her right hand. 23-year-old Orlando Young, a family relative, was said to have been watching the child and later told cops he had left a handgun on the couch while watching her. Now, this may be graphic. I have to also, let you guys know that this contains graphic and explicit content, and also maybe a trigger warning. So just FYI, what you hear and what you see. Let's take a look.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What the happened? What the happened? What just happened, bro? What the happened? Yo, what the Yo, what happened? What's in your hand? Is that your hand? Yo, get a belt. Get a belt. Get a belt. Good.
Why would you leave a handgun on a couch with kids around? I hope they throw the book at you. This is exactly what we're talking about when it comes to gun laws. This is exactly what we're talking about when it comes to protecting children and watching kids around these type of weapons. If you can't be responsible with a weapon, you don't need it. Period. Dummy. Why don't you leave it on the couch? Why do you even have it out in the first thing on plates? You're not in any immediate danger. You're watching kids. You knew there were kids around, so you shouldn't even have had it on your person. You're in the house. It could have been locked up. What are your thoughts, Shawn, before
that is the most asinine thing, because he needs to have the book thrown at him. To leave a gun in plain view around toddlers. Everybody don't need to be a parent, because some people are not built for that. This is just my opinion, and he's on the phone with his boys or whatever he's doing, and you leave a freaking gun out and the little girl is injured. Their DCF is going to take custody of that little girl. DCF be there. They're going to take custody of it. And everybody running around like chicken. Oh my God. Yeah. You know what you did. You left it out. That's very irresponsible and just plain
on
stupid.
The couch, like it's a remote control. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't have any sympathy for this young man. He's gonna get it. So.
All right. I apologize for everybody that couldn't mute it fast enough. I had to give the warning out, and I had to show the video, so I apologize if you were triggered or affected by this video. So again, my apologies. All right, let's move on before I get more pissed off. So let's switch gears a little bit and calm down. So Nene was on the Bethany Frankel show. Or podcast rather, or radio show. I don't know what it was, but she was talking to Bethany. And you guys know that Bethany Frankel has already been under hot water because of, some microaggressions and also some racist movements that she's been making, and stuff like that. So I think this is one of her ways of trying to be like, see, I like black people. But regardless, that's here nor there. Nene came on and he's going down under, honey. He is, Michaela. But Nene came on to talk about her experience and how she felt it was, how she was disproportionately treated on Bravo, and how she feels like a lot of black girls on Bravo, some of the Black housewives were completely treated differently than other housewives, especially those who are Caucasian. So let's take a look at what she said.
Treatment is 100% different on the show than yours. You had Teresa flipping a table. You had Teresa pushing Andy down. You had girls busting glasses. You got people doing all kinds of stuff. My feelings were they pretty much said, F that black bitch, period. Because they completely. But Vicky is back over there working and everything is fine. Lisa Vanderpump walk off the show, never return. She still got Vanderpump and she can still sit over there and talk to him all day long if she wants to. Teresa can go to prison and stay for 10 years and they'll wait till she get back and then the show will start again. Okay, but the black girls do not get that same treat.
What are your thoughts, Shawn?
Now she wants to be the activist. Where was this activism when she was on The Real Housewives of Atlanta and she was cashing Trump checks? Remember that? When she was on Celebrity Apprentice? Mm-hmm. So she was taking that money. So where was this activism back then? Why do you wait till you're out? You should have said something way back when. You know,
well, to be fair, the whole Trump, when she was on The Apprentice, this is when Trump was a Democrat.
Yeah. But still, he was still, Trump was Trump. Trump
was always going to be Trump. But I definitely think that Nene is 1000% correct in this because, and I think that's part of the reason why she didn't just go along to get along and why she's, been ostracized from Bravo. Because she built, if you really think about it, she built Bravo. She did. What Bravo is today is because of her work and because of her stardom and because of how she became. Whether people want to admit or how people feel about her. I understand people don't like her. I get it, but you can't deny what she's done. You know what I'm saying? You can't deny her talent as not only a comedian, but also a personality, really. I wouldn't say comedian, but more of a personality. But, so it's interesting how her and Bethany were having a conversation, and that she was old enough to say that to Bethany because Bethany is someone else that has been instrumental in Bravo's upbringing as well. And so for her to say that and say that to Bethany and tell her, well, hey girl, you are treated very differently. You can say whatever you want about Bravo and you'll get called, you'll get called back. If I say whatever I want about Bravo, I'm not going to get talked to. I'll be ostracized, which she was. So it's very interesting to see, see this or whatever. I don't think she's being an activist, but I do think that she's showing, she's bringing light to something that's a problem that.
Let me rephrase that. She is, like you said, bringing light to, she's ripping the Band-Aid off.
Right.
What's going on. She's great TV. I love Nene. She's had the catchphrases. I love when she went to Kenya. Remember she went to Kenya's apartment? She's like, oh, the ghetto. That shit was funny to me. And then when she's in her Land Rover, beep, beep, toot, toot, whatever she says, she's got some good TV moments. So Nene is good TV. Now I watch her, but she's right. She's right. Andy Cohen, white Jew, gay Jew, in the industry, that who runs Hollywood. Jewish people and the gays. So. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. All opinions are the thoughts and of the guests and not the overall opinions of Pyro Media Network.
Right, exactly. Go and read that disclaimer.
Okay. You ain't gonna reach out there, girl. we know the truth. We know what's going on, but
yeah. Okay.
Let's go ahead and get into this next situation. Now, what is this about? Atlanta police say this guy sang to the surveillance camera before breaking into the home. Check it out. I have no idea who the hell this is. We must have not got the footage or the audio. The audio's not being played.
What is he singing to the security?
Yeah, so apparently he was singing to the let me see if I can get the actual audio. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I can get it. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm so sorry. Oh, I know what to do. Give me 1 second. I apologize. Hold on. I know what's going on. I thought I was gonna have to fire Samuel, but it's not his fault. I see what's going on over here. Okay. All right. We're gonna go ahead and all right, praise God. Let's do it again. All right, here we go. Thank you for your patience. All right, here we go. So, all right, here we go, right here. How do I do this? All right, let's put it back up.
So I thought it against me.
So you sing and you break. I mean, he could get a little record deal. He could be singing in some clubs. Why are you over here breaking into houses, girl? I don't understand. What are your thoughts on this, Shawn?
Well, he already gonna be singing when he go to jail.
Yeah, and he sounds real.
He's gonna be singing in jail. So
yeah, don't drop the soap, baby, because you sound real sweet.
I just think that's another case for America's dumbest criminals or whatever. Dumbest, that's not. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. What did he steal? He just broke into the house, or
he just broke into the house. I mean, I'm sure he stole some things, but I don't know. I don't know the details on it. Doesn't say. But people are laughing about it because they're like, girl, you could have actually got a legitimate job, singing on cruises or something instead of stealing from people's houses.
Yeah, your American Idol audition.
Honey. Anywho, moving on. So this an 18-year-old man allegedly manufactured, quote, ghost guns from an East Harlem daycare run by his mother, where cops seized 3D printed weapons and firearm parts, NYPD officials said on Wednesday. So you mean okay. So daycares is just a spot now to have your illegal operations? Is that what's happening? We just had a fentanyl situation go on over at another daycare. Now we having 3D printed guns. Take a look, y'all.
Tonight, another New York City daycare is the focus of an investigation into dangerous criminal activity. Police say they discovered a ghost gun printing operation inside a daycare in East Harlem. The bust comes less than 2 weeks after the death of a 1-year-old boy inside a center suspected of being a front for a fentanyl drug ring. CBS's Drika Duncan has the new details.
New York City police say they arrested an 18-year-old and 2 minors who allegedly used a home-based daycare center and this apartment building in Harlem as a ghost gun lab.
You got an 18-year-old in his room, 3D printer. He's not making little robotic toys. He's making guns.
Investigators seized 2 printed pistols, a printed assault rifle, and an incomplete handgun, all found in an unlocked room inside the daycare.
This is a heartbreaking scenario of thinking that you're dropping your child off to a place of safe haven just to find out that it was a dangerous environment.
The suspects are facing multiple charges, including illegal firearms possession and the manufacturing of an assault weapon. The 18-year-old's mother ran the daycare since 2021. It was last inspected by the city in February. This investigation comes nearly 2 weeks after a 1-year-old boy died and 3 other children were hospitalized when they were exposed to fentanyl residue inside a daycare center in the Bronx. Yesterday, the owner's husband was picked up by police in Mexico. Officials now say they will review training practices when it comes to inspecting daycares.
Who would have thought that we must add to our list of inspections? Do we have 3D printers that can print guns?
CBS News has learned the daycare was licensed to have 12 children as young as 6 weeks old. When asked if the mother of the suspect who ran that daycare would face any charges, authorities would only say that the investigation is ongoing. Nora?
Right, Cupcake. Y'all are not Ghost, Tyreek, Tasha, or Tommy, honey. Y'all should not be doing this in a damn daycare. What is wrong with y'all? What are y'all going through? 3D printed weapons? Shawn, what are your thoughts?
You know what? Those are not traceable.
No, they're not.
They don't have serial numbers. They're like burner phones.
Mm-hmm.
A crook is gonna be a crook.
Yeah.
So, and his mom's daycare business is gonna be shut. Well, probably they're gonna take her license. She's gonna be fined down, all that good stuff. She may even be named in the charges. So, how stupid can you get?
Yeah.
You know, that's just you jeopardizing your mom's business or livelihood by making ghost guns in a daycare of all places.
You jeopardize your mom's business and livelihood. You also jeopardize the safety of those kids.
The kids as well, yes.
You know, and the parents of those kids. You don't know what was going on. Somebody could have ran up in there and shot up everybody, or shot up. You know, it could have been a whole mess.
Yeah.
What are you going through, girl? Oh, Siri, I ain't talking to you. Michelle says they truly think they are the Sopranos. I mean, I don't know what's going on.
We doing everything that they do. Did you see that? Everything they do, that's what we do. What? We don't know nothing about no ghost guns now.
Whew. All right, y'all. This is the half of the rundown that I've been waiting for. This is the half of the rundown that I have been waiting for. So, y'all's former President Trump, Donald Trump will not, I repeat, will not attempt to move the criminal charges brought against him by Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis to federal court. His lawyers revealed in a court filing this past Thursday. Take a look at this, y'all.
Donald Trump is reversing course in his Georgia election interference case. Former president no longer asking to move the trial to federal court. The judge recently rejected a similar request for Trump's former chief of staff, Mark Meadows. Meadows argued that he had been working as a federal official, so he should be tried in federal court. Meadows is appealing the judge's ruling. If Trump's case had been moved, he could have argued immunity from federal prosecution as a federal official. He also could pardon himself if elected president.
And with that going on, an appeals court rejecting former President Trump's request to delay a civil trial. The ruling comes after a judge ruled this week the former president, Don Jr., Eric, and the Trump Organization were all liable for fraud. They're accused of defrauding banks, insurers, and others with financial statements that overvalued assets and exaggerated wealth. Trump, his two oldest sons, and daughter Ivanka are on the New York Attorney General's witness list to testify. The AG's lawsuit is seeking $250 million. The defense witness list also includes Trump, Don Jr., and Eric.
You are about to lose your job. You are about to lose your job. Catch his dance. Girl, I saw this. I was actually quite surprised, Shawn, because for those who may not understand what's happening here, Trump and his attorneys were trying to move the case to a federal court, because then that way they would have more of an advantage. And as they explained in the show, or in the clip here, that they would be able to argue immunity, and also have, if he was to win the presidency, he would be able to kind of pardon himself. Thank you. Yeah. But he decided to not move it to a federal court. So I was a little confused by that, because I was just like, why would you do that? But I also am like, okay, you're about to go to jail now, girl. Well, you know, or at least I definitely think he's going to lose his case, but I don't know if he's going to go to jail. Like me and Kire are really strong on this. I don't think he's going to go to jail, but he's going to lose his case. I firmly believe, at least the Georgia case, he's going to lose. What are your thoughts on this, Shawn?
What I'm really thinking about is the whole loss of the business licenses. You know, I'm glad that they're not going to move it to the federal court and keeping it state, because there's more leeway to prosecute and convict. But the loss of all the business licenses for his organization, for his business, that's like almost the final nail in the coffin for him, because his assets, he's going to at least a minimum of $250 million. And he doesn't even have that. That means he has to remove the name, his trademark, from all of those buildings.
Yeah.
I mean, basically going to be broke. And that's what he's always saying, I'm a billionaire, whatever. So I'm thinking that he's going to be going to jail, but then sometimes I think he may not, but I'm leaning more towards 80% he is going to go to jail. You know, I'm going to be very surprised once we see everyone fall in line, and the trial starts next week, I believe.
Yeah.
One of the trials starts next week, one of the many, but I just can't, the sycophants that follow him, it's like a cult. He could do no wrong, and they don't even care about all this stuff.
No.
If he is to get back in as president, we're in for, you thought when he was president in 2016 bad, it's going to be even worse. We're going to be like an autocrat.
It's gonna be a problem. Yeah,
horrible. It's gonna be horrible. Rid of the judicial. What was it? The FBI, and just get rid of all these agencies. He's gonna come for. He's very petty.
Yeah.
So across him, he's coming for them. You know, so why we have to. And this is a classic case. If you can't see the difference between the two political parties, then you are freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Because. No lesser of two evils. Would you want to go back to segregation? That's basically that's back to.
Yeah.
So get out and vote, people. Get out and vote. I can't tell you. But get out
and here's why a Trump presidency is even more dangerous than the first time. He didn't know what the hell he was doing the first time, so he was just grasping at straws. This time. He has an idea of how the administration is supposed to, or how he wants the administration to work, and now other people who are Klan members, who are white supremacists, who are far right leaning demagogues, they now know how to woo him into getting power into the government. So it's not going to be a cute look, y'all. It's not going to be a cute look at all. So definitely make sure you get your people out there. Anybody that can vote should vote. And just, whatever you vote, whether you vote for him, I'm just look at the facts. Don't be looking at all these things on polls. Do the research yourself. As the consciously always says, do research over me search. Really? A lot of times people will sit there and
don't get your news from TikTok.
No, at all, girl.
From Facebook and Twitter and all that.
No, especially right now with social media. Like, this is not a time for you to be getting your news from any of those social media sites. Sorry, it's just not. You can get commentary on it, but not actual news. So you need to go to Vice News, CBS, the Big Three, all of those, and get yourself I like to look at all types of news and compare and contrast, because the truth is in the middle of it, all of it. People say don't look at Fox News, but I look at what the conservatives say. I want to know what they're saying.
Yeah,
Anywho, let's see what the people say. Simeon says he just sold a golf course in the Bronx for $100 million this week. Yeah, he did. Hey, thanks for coming, Dr. Holt. Appreciate you. He said he got to go. Got to see you. Got to go, fellas. See you tonight. We'll see you tonight. As Dominic says, stone him. It's not bad. Michelle says, Brother Shawn, some of our people love the massa so much they truly have internalized love for slavery. Well, that's a word.
Yeah, and I hear a lot of our people, our black people, using the same Republican talking points, and they're using the same ones. Y'all don't know that. Please, it's all about power. This is what it's all about, power. They are not going to be the majority in about 15, 16 years, 10 years. So they're trying to this is like Custer's last stand.
Yeah.
They're trying to grab what they can. But we have to push back on that. And I implore you all to vote. Please vote.
Yeah.
Please vote.
Yeah. Now, speaking of voting and speaking of the craziness that's been going on, as you guys know, last administration, the Congress had held impeachment hearings. He's been twice impeached, twice disgraced. The list goes on and on. But they're trying to impeach Biden now. And when I say they, we're talking about the Republicans in the House. And so the articles of impeachment the investigation or the proposal for the impeachment hearings to see if there will be an impeachment was brought to the Senate, and it was held, I believe, throughout this week. And, this queen right here, let me tell you something. When I tell you that she brings receipts, and it's very seldom that she gets out-talked, outplayed. Very seldom does that happen. So take a look at this. This was a very interesting situation that I saw, and I want you guys to take a look at what she said to one of the or in response to what one of her Republican congressmen or colleagues had said regarding some evidence that they had. Take a look.
Earlier today, one of our colleagues, a gentleman from Florida, presented up on this screen something that appeared to be.
Hold on. She said Florida? It's always Florida, girl. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Talk again, girl.
Earlier today, one of our colleagues, a gentleman from Florida, presented up on this screen something that appeared to be a screenshot of a text message containing or insinuating an explosive allegation.
I didn't hear in your testimony.
Earlier today, one of our colleagues, a gentleman from Florida, presented up on this screen something that appeared to be a screenshot of a text message containing or insinuating an explosive allegation. That screenshot of what appeared to be a text message was a fabricated image. It was a fabricated image. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it was the staff of the committee, but it was not the actual direct screenshot from that phone. And in fact, I would like to submit to the committee the actual full context from the Ziegler affidavit number 1, exhibit 402, of the full text of that exchange. Do I have permission from the chair? Importantly, what was brought out from that fabricated image excluded critical context that changed the underlying meaning and allegation that was presented up on that screen by this committee and by members of this committee.
So that's just one of the things that is happening with these hearings, because it's like, at least with the whole Trump impeachment hearings, we had evidence, direct evidence, not only from his dang on mouth, but from some of his own colleagues, from the administration members. We had evidence that there should be an impeachment twice. Okay, we had evidence that there should have been stuff going, that there should have been proceedings moving forward. Y'all have not brought any viable information regarding the situation to say that Biden had any type of reason to impeach him. Okay. Furthermore, I would like to also bring up another video about how AOC read this girl, because they always talk about how we need to have we need to have better security when it comes to the border, but they have not brought any viable options, any plans. All they just say, we have a problem, and the Democrats are at fault. We have a problem, and the Democrats are at fault. Okay, well, AOC had asked a question that I think you guys should pay attention to.
I didn't hear in your testimony the alternative sites you've advocated for. Could you remind me of which those are?
Well, in the conversation, as we know,
I'm sorry, I only have 18 seconds. Which are the sites that you propose as an alternative?
I don't have a proposal.
So you don't have a proposal alternative? No proposed alternative. No solutions here. No ideas here. But Democrats, we're authorizing 500,000 work permits so people can get on their feet and support themselves. Democrats, we're proposing comprehensive immigration reform. Democrats, we're talking about saying, let's reassess our foreign policies so that people aren't fleeing, making sure that we aren't participating in the destabilization of what's happening abroad. And all I'm hearing right now is that we're not being met in the middle. No support, no path to citizenship, no identified alternatives, just grievances. We need to get it together and make sure that we're getting on the right page. And if the ideas being presented here in this committee are being disagreed with, I'd like to see some actual functional alternatives that center and preserve the dignity of both people who are coming here to fulfill an American dream and the American citizens here who want to support them. And with that, I yield back to the chair. Thank you.
And she said that, girl. She said it with her whole chest.
Yes, she did.
Y'all sit here and you want to throw all of these lies and allegations at the Democrats. And I'm not saying the Democrats are perfect. Nobody is saying that. nobody is perfect on either side. But what we do have that I see is that there's progressive movement. There is a progressive agenda. We need to have a conversation on how and who we have in particular political positions, in particular political seats, that you're wasting our damn time and tax dollars. You're sitting there having a conversation and talking about and wasting energy and time and resources on an impeachment that makes no damn sense. But yet you say, okay, well, you're letting everybody, all the Democrats do is let people through the border. Okay, you say you want a path to citizenship, but you're not providing any type of proposals or any type of ways to that and coming to the table to have conversations on that particular topic. Girl, sit down. All y'all, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, everybody la-da-da-da.
Mm-hmm.
And Lauren Boebert, you sit your behind down and start groping some other girls because you over there, you don't have nothing to say about decency and morals and anything like that, girl. Don't you say nothing about the LGBTQI community. Not a damn thing. Or we want to argue about drag queens and Disney and all of these other things. Girl. Don, what are your thoughts?
Well, they're wasting the taxpayers' money by holding this hearing. You know, they have no evidence. They don't have any documentation. Everything is photoshopped. The text messages are altered. All of that good stuff. It's grandstanding, and they're doing it for 45. That's what they're doing it for, because they have no grounds to impeach President Biden.
Right.
You know, so it's just political theater at this point. You know, and I'm surprised you didn't have Jasmine Crockett up there from Texas.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that, honey. Because
Can you pull that up?
I do, because I wanted to talk to you guys about how you read. Okay,
yes.
She read. Let me tell you something. I have a huge love for AOC, but Jasmine Crockett, she became my number one queen up in that damn House of Representatives, honey. This is Representative Jasmine Crockett, and she called out the GOP for pursuing an impeachment inquiry into Biden while ignoring the evidence in Trump's classified documents. Take a look at how she read these girls.
Professor Gerhardt, just to be clear, as my colleagues have even tried to provide evidence, which they're not the ones to provide evidence, have you ever heard them say "if" since we've been sitting here for I don't know how long?
Yes, I've been taking a tally.
Oh, okay. Can you show us? Can you tell us what the tally is?
More than 35 times, the Republican witnesses and Republican members of the committee have used the word "if."
Thank you so much for that. Because honestly, if they would continue to say "if" or Hunter and we were playing a drinking game, I would be drunk by now. But I will tell you what the president has been guilty of. He has unfortunately been guilty of loving his child unconditionally, and that is the only evidence that they have brought forward. And honestly, I hope and pray that my parents love me half as much as he loves his child. Until they find some evidence, we need to get back to the people's work, which means keeping this government open so that people don't go hungry in the streets of the United States. And I will yield.
Oh, honey, there's a longer one too. I don't have it, but she read them down. She gave them evidence. She said, look, honey, y'all sitting here worrying about evidence of these made up stuff that you guys got going on, but here's actual secure top secret documents in the shitter. That's what she said. And she read them girls for Phil. There was no comeback for that, honey.
Their mouth was open. They couldn't say nothing.
Not a damn word. And y'all need to sit there and listen to the queen. Because you're ready to fulfill. With her good old swoop. Okay? She had a good old cute swoop, too.
And I'm team Jasmine Crockett all day. I like AOC, but you have a new fan in me with Jasmine.
Oh, honey. When I saw all of the stuff she's been saying, I said, oh, Jasmine, you got me. You got me, girl.
Black girl magic personified right there.
All day. I'm a huge fan of AOC, but when I saw the way she has a way of reading, this is not the first time that we've presented her on Pyro Power Hour. We've talked about her a couple of times on some really lethal reads that she's given these girls over at the house. Okay, but listen, I am a huge fan of you now, girl. You have bumped AOC out of my number one spot, and I still love you, AOC girl. But Jasmine, you got me. You got me. Woo! All right, y'all. last story of the day. I mentioned this on the Morning Vibes yesterday, and we talked about it because we talked about Taylor Swift yesterday. Now, as you guys know, I'm not a big fan of Taylor Swift. Okay, I don't really care for her music. I know some of y'all like some of her cute bops. It's like, well, Kwame shares a couple of cute bops. Okay, girl, I'm not a big fan of her. Okay, I believe that she stole things from Michael Jackson and she stole things from Beyonce. Okay, those are things that I just feel she stole their awards during certain things. So I still have a grudge for her. But the enemy of Trump is my friend. So let me tell you something. I don't know what has gotten in the brain of these people who are attacking Taylor Swift. I don't know what has gotten into the Republicans, but Taylor Swift should not be messed with. Let me tell you something about the Swifties. The Swifties are like the white equivalent of Beehive. Okay? Beehive. Okay, they can rival Beehive. They can. Okay, because Beehive, we've had people lose their jobs and their careers, but the Swifties, they will decimate you. They're not to be tooled with. Okay, they're not to be played with. And the Republicans decided that they wanted to be cute and try to go after her and create this political campaign. Here's why. There's a documentary on Netflix, and here's a clip from it. Take a look.
We've not got involved with politics or religion.
Yeah, but this is on the home front. And also, back in the presidential election, I was in such a horrendous place that I wasn't going to pop my head out of the sand for anything.
Why would you? I mean, does Bob Hope do it? Does Bing Crosby do it? Does Mick Jagger do it?
Hell? Come on.
No, what I'm saying right now is
Bob Hope and First of all, these aren't your dad's celebrities and these aren't your dad's Republicans.
Imagine if we came to you and said, hey, we've got this idea that we could halve the number of people that come to you next tour.
And the other thing, just from a security
So you
standpoint, Taylor Swift comes out against Trump.
I don't care if they write that. I'm sad that I didn't 2 years ago, but I can't change that. I'm saying right now that this is something that I know is right, and you guys, I need to be on the right side of history. And if he doesn't win, then at least I tried.
Taylor, here's the problem.
I just want to read you what I wrote, and I'm going to try to start. I just really want you to know that this is important to me.
I totally agree with the issue. Have you heard first? Have you just heard? Yes, I've read the entire thing, and the bottom line right now, I'm terrified. I'm the guy that went out and bought armored cars.
I worry for her safety as much as anybody does, maybe more. It really is a big deal. She votes against fair pay for women. She votes against the reauthorization of the Violence Against Women Act, which is just basically protecting us from domestic abuse and stalking. She thinks that if you're a gay couple, or even if you look like a gay couple, you should be allowed to be kicked out of a restaurant. It's really basic human rights, and it's right and wrong at this point. And I can't see another commercial and see her disguising these policies behind the words Tennessee Christian values. Those aren't Tennessee Christian values. I live in Tennessee. I am Christian. That's not what we stand for. I need to do this. I need you to forgive me for doing it, because I'm doing it.
So that was the clip, and so it's been kind of now they've been kind of focusing on her. I think what's his name, Tracy or whatever his name is, the Chiefs 49ers or 49ers, whatever.
Kel something, Travis,
whatever his damn name is.
Yeah.
Now they're focusing how to have a smear campaign and you know, with him, whatever, and Taylor being together or possibly being together or showing interest or dating or whatever the situation is. I don't give a damn about that. That's not a big damn deal. But what drew interest to me of this is California Governor Newsom came out and believes that Taylor Swift's influence will have a profound outcome on the 2024 elections, U.S. presidential elections. Take a look.
What role do you think celebrities play in this election?
I think Taylor Swift stands
tall and unique. Now, I know you may not be as interested in Taylor Swift as so many others, but what she was able to accomplish just in getting young people activated to consider that they have a voice and they should have a choice in the next election, I think is profoundly powerful. And I think she's using her celebrity for good. I find it height of irony. A lot of Republicans were critical of her encouraging people to register.
What role do you think celebrity?
So that was his take on that. I do agree. I think that that because she's never did anything political before. This has been something that has been really interesting to see, and the power of pop culture and the power of pop stars. We've seen it in with Hillary Clinton. Beyonce had given her blessing to Hillary Clinton. It still wasn't enough, but we also seen it with the last election with the Divine Nine, fraternities, supporting specifically the AKA supporting Kamala Harris, and them throwing their support over to the Biden Harris ticket. So, I'm interested to see how this is going, because I don't think people realize how powerful Taylor is. Like, she really has a huge influence, whether you like her or not. She has a huge ear, or the ear of a lot of young white Caucasian, teenagers and young people and young people who are progressives now, who are eligible to vote. And so, it's interesting to see how this is swaying down. We're talking about somebody who is down claiming to be progressive when her father is a Republican and a conservative. He's claiming to not be MAGA, but he's conservative and he's Republican. And so this is interesting to see the dynamics of this and how this is being navigated. So what are your thoughts on this, Shawn?
Well, she's about 7 years too late. She should have come out when we had MAGA in the White House. I applaud her for wanting to be an ally now, but it's a little too late for me. I'm not really a fan of Taylor Swift.
Not either.
There are some black girls that love Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of Taylor Swift, but I think the only reason why she's coming out like this at this particular time is because it's affecting her. The policies are affecting her in the state of Tennessee, and she's referring to Senator Blackburn, Marsha Blackburn. That's who she's referring to when the senator, and all of when they come after the women's right to choose and all of this good stuff, and Violence Against Women Act and all of that. That's in her state, so it's affecting her.
Yeah,
that's the only. We're not going to be alarmed or come to the aid of people. She's being marginalized now. Yeah, in her own way.
Right, in her own way. And Shawn, what's funny? What's funny, Shawn, is that we don't necessarily see this all the time until it starts affecting them, right? We don't see, and again, I'm not knocking her efforts. I think that she should, continue on, do what you can, girl, because any help is great help, I guess. Better late than never, in my opinion. But I do agree that it is late because it wasn't affecting you before. But since you've had that major, and it was like on the news before, I did some research on it, because I don't follow Taylor. I really didn't care about her, especially ever since the whole Kim Kardashian, Kanye West thing. I didn't really, that buzzed on Twitter a couple of years ago or whatever. But I mean, it wasn't nothing that put her on my site. But she had a major stalking issue or a stalker that was following her that caused a lot of issues. So this is affecting her, but stalking has been affecting people and women all over the nation in multiple demographics. And so now that it's affected you, now that you are living in a state, like you said, that is affecting your rights, now you're concerned. Because if you attempt to get any type of abortion, if you decide to do that, you can't do that in your state. You have to fly somewhere else, and you may have the resources to do that, but you may get charged or whatever because you are a resident of Tennessee. So of course those things are going to affect you, and of course she is not just rich, she's wealthy. There's rich and then there's wealthy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's interesting how this is. I just really love the political landscape that's being set up for 2024. I wasn't expecting this. I'm being very honest with you, Shawn, and I think it's gonna make it's gonna be an impact on, you know, on how things navigate. That's just my opinion on it.
Ally in the true sense, because she is one after the fact. An ally to me is someone who's going to be down for you for the cause, regardless, you know, anytime, any place now, until it affects, you know what I'm saying? She's not an ally. Now that she's being affected, that's a Johnny come lately.
Yeah, I don't see her as an ally.
Have to be down for the cause from the beginning and be there on the trenches with us.
Yeah.
She's only doing this now because of it's affecting her, and she didn't want to go against her uncle and her dad.
Yeah.
You know, it's that whole family thing and whatever. So, but you know, I like I said, I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift. You know, she all right, but I'm still looking at her with side eye.
Yeah, for sure. No, I definitely I don't really consider her an ally. I think that's a really strong word for Miss Swiftie. I don't think that's appropriate for me, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider her an ally, but I'm gonna watch her. I think that she's this is interesting to me. So let's see what Michelle says. Yes, Brother Shawn. She keeps saying she wants to be on the right side of history. This is not a decision based from morals, but self-interest. Interesting.
Yeah.
Just Dominic says, wow, the power of the whites. Michelle also said, white women tears activates. Michaela said, you guys have to take 2 tomatoes back. Cupcake said, I'll take 1 tomato back for this one. One. You still got tomatoes. She's talking about.
Y'all been throwing tomatoes today.
Right. Michaela said, I'm glad she stood up for her white, or stood up against her white right wing Republican. White and right wing Republican father and uncle, because she believes in what's right. So I love you, Taylor, for that. Interesting. Okay. Well, you know, you got some Taylor fans, girl. I'm not a fan, but I'm interested in following what's going on with you and how you navigate the political spectrum. I'm gonna watch you, girl. We'll see what's going on. I really don't care what's going on with this Travis Kelce or whatever his damn name is. I'm more interested in what's going on with you. Okay. All right. Well, I ain't got nothing else to say. Do you have anything else, Shawn, before we go?
No, I have nothing. I just want to thank you for inviting me on.
Of course.
As a special guest. I do my little drop in from time to time in between. So I was able to, you know, do it this week because this weekend is you know, I'm just like de-stressing and not really doing anything. So it's a good therapy for me to be on here. So
right
I hope you enjoyed the show. I know I'm not the pop culture guru, but I bring another spin to the show. So I do appreciate everything. So.
Yes, absolutely, Shawn, and I really am glad that you know, things worked out the way it did as far as like the news articles were concerned, because we were very political heavy this week, and so I always love talking to you and getting your perspective on politics, because like you just have a really interesting brain when it comes to politics, and you're in the thick of it. So thank you for the good fight, and thank you for you continuing to put your time, energy, and strength into you know, being on the right side of history. This is how you do it, Taylor.
Yeah, what you gotta do. Gotta get in the trenches.
All right, y'all. We love you guys. You guys be safe out there. Please be safe out there. And also, we're sending our energy and our love over to Hope Giselle and all of the protesters over in Baltimore. We're still thinking about you. We want to make sure that you're safe, and we pray that all goes well today. If you're having a really bad day, I hope that this day, or having a really bad week, rather, I hope that this show encouraged you on today. If you want to make sure that you're staying in tune with us, go ahead and text Blaze to 833-793-2423, and you can go ahead and get direct notifications to us. Also, please do us a favor and make sure that you are signed up for our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Pyro Media, and you can join the hotspot, which is our Patreon. And we are going to be debuting Pyro Cocktail Hour tonight. It's 18 and over. It must be 18 and over. So make sure you head over there. And if you haven't done so already, check out the latest episode of The Takeover with Kire Sinaj. It's called Let's Go to the Movies. And there was a lot of dope songs on there and a lot of dope history that Kire presents on there. So it's not just music. It's a lot of different stuff going on there. We also want to shout out our client of the quarter, Miss Tasha Champion. Shout out to you, Queen. Thank you for all that you do and your constant work that you do in the community for the women and just being phenomenal. We love you, girl. We love you. And don't forget, like I said before, the hotspot is $5 a month. We have Patreon only, gifts and offers, and you must be 18 and over to join. So exclusive content right there on Pyro Media Network. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We love you guys. Chill out, relax, recharge, enjoy your week. All right, weekend rather, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right,
peace.
Peace.